Welcome, Forex fans. It's Rob, the Forex Explorer, back with Jon Shafer's At the Gates, and I'm going to do like a reboot here. So I have had more time with this game. I've actually learned how to play it quite a bit, and it's actually changed quite a bit too since I started my last Let's Play. So I wanted to maybe do like a 4 or 5 episode Let's Play where I'm actually somewhat competent, because I know it's not super fun to watch somebody learn how to play. So let's just get into it. So the first thing I really want to do to make sure that my clan is going to be successful is to figure out what it is that's around me. So I can see that there's a couple stone, some sort of mineral deposits around me. I can see that there is some sort of bushel around me. There's clearly some fruit or what's likely more berry trees over here. Then we can see some more mineral deposits and possibly an old encampment or something that I can go loot. But the important thing is that there's 2 of these minerals and this here, and so I want to get those identified, but I also need to start looking at our food. So food's more important than anything really at the beginning of this game. We will definitely need to gather the food there. So we're going to first train a gatherer. We're going to look at who we have. So we have obsessive training time halved of at least 3 turns. Obsessed with every desire. Likelihood of having desires tripled. Whoa. Morale for other clans in the same tile is increased by 1/4. So the morale is actually better with this guy being around. So I'm going to probably keep him inside the town for now. This clan Herrick is paranoid. They have +1 vision range, -1 move point, which is not so great. But the vision range is great. All thumbs, their times is doubled for crafting, and experience gained in crafting halved. So we're definitely not going to make this clan a crafting clan. And then this one's meek, so their morale is halved. Cannot be trained in social professions. Never has desires, and they're afraid of water. So she might be, or the Ridolf may be a good one for a gathering clan, because social professions are usually, or they are professions that are the professions that keep them at the camp. So let's go ahead and get her to be a gatherer. Now there's a lot of changes. There's been a lot of changes. First of all, a lot of the issues that I've run into have been fixed. Jon Shafer's been super on top of that. Second of all, I've noticed this in one of my earlier episodes, but there are families in each clan, and now with the more families there are in clans, the better they are at doing whatever it is they're doing, which makes sense, right? Because if there's more people doing that, then they're going to be better capable of, maybe collecting berries or chopping down logs or whatnot. So first things first, we're going to get that gatherer up there, and then we're going to start collecting some wood, because we might want to build things later. We're going to need wood to do that. Then I want to get these identified, because we might need a farm here, we might need a mine, I don't know. So we're going to hope for maybe a clan that comes out as a surveyor. Surveyors are awesome. We're going to go ahead and start discovery, because I think the discovery line is really important at the very beginning, and we'll move from there. So what we want from the discovery path is basically training explorers, which we can already. We can already train an explorer right now, but there are surveyors, which is what I've been mentioning before, and surveyors can identify all the deposits. They can also build roads, which is super important, and just a lot of other things. So very important that we have surveyors. We can do these. We can click on this just to see what's. These are also a pretty good way of identifying who you have. It's really great stuff. A lot of big changes that have come in the past 2 weeks. So I'm really excited by the direction that Jon Shafer's headed in. And there's gonna be some things that aren't gonna be there when the game ships that I've talked about in my last episodes, where maybe I wanted some deeper diplomacy, but the actual player versus environment element of this game is going to be top notch, and I've really enjoyed it so far. So let's go. Turns are much shorter. There's also this nice little progress bar that you see at the bottom. I can't tell. I don't know if that's going to show up in the video. But yeah, there's that. So we have new clan. They're squeamish. They don't look like they'd be squeamish. Look at that. They look mean. They're independent, so experience gained in all disciplines tripled. Training time for settled professions decreased by half. So never has desires, which is very good. Desires can be a pain in the butt because they can really get in the way of your game. In fact, it's funny because the game that I had started before, my old Let's Play, which I probably will delete, it went the way of the dodo because I actually lost. I managed to starve my people out. And it was difficult. It got really difficult once I had some 20-something clans, and I just wasn't able to keep up with that. So I know better now than to expand too fast, to create too many clans. You got to have a nice supply chain going before you can do all that. So they're squeamish, so morale is half. They don't like livestock. They will never commit theft. They will never engage in brawls. That is good for me, because he looks like the kind of guy who would engage in a brawl. Just a fierce-looking man right there. So there's only one family here. There's also only one family. So you can tell quickly by the little icons up top how many families there are. This will grow to 2 families in 11 turns. I think that's actually been slowed down because before it was a lot quicker. But because now you see each additional family also provides 5% bonus to resource production and combat power. So I think that's why the families' growth have slowed down, because you don't want them to get like exponentially better at everything. It just wouldn't. It would kind of break the game. This is supposed to be a hard game. All right, so we have our gatherer, right? We're 1 turn away from gathering. We're gonna switch disciplines. We're gonna maybe experience gain in all. Yeah, we're gonna make him our first explorer. Oh, we can't do that yet. That's right. Can't train 2 people. We're going to keep going. Maybe if we can do the surveyors. Yep, that'd be great. So in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and train surveyors because, like I said, they can identify all unidentified deposits, which is huge for me because I need to figure out where I'm going. The second that first caravan comes around, I'm going to buy tools in order to build that surveyor, or train that surveyor, I should say. Alright, great. So let's move her up. Sorry, it's easier for me to say her and him because they're identified by male and female, but clearly I think, yeah, this is actually a female portrait, but it's funny because they're actually a clan and there's a bunch of people and I keep saying the same thing. But yeah, it's just easier for me to say it. So once my next turn rolls around, we'll start foraging that berry pile there. And I may move my clan up here. I don't know if in the marsh is a good idea. Let's identify these first. Since they're in my border, they may be something that I want to build a mine on. And I can build a mine on them and then move, because getting close to the water is good. We can start building boats and stuff. We'll do that as quickly as we can. Your growing fame has convinced Clan Geisbert to join. So let's see what they've got. They are independent, so their experience is great. They're miserable, so they refuse to attack enemy armies. Their mood is never better than upset. Let's get him away. Let's get this group away. That's never fun. Eventually, you can actually... There's another gameplay change. I think you can use parchment now to take away negative traits from clans. It takes like 20 parchment, which is a lot. And you can take the negative traits away from your clans, which would be very important with those guys, because I'd really like to get rid of that negative trait there. Whatever it is, miserable. Yeah. Be miserable all you want, boy. Alright, let's take these guys, make them explorers for now. And when I can build or I can train surveyors and I actually have the tools to make them, I'll bring them back and retrain them to surveyors. So let's do this. See what they can do. Finish turn. Alright, so now that we have an explorer, let's go ahead and explore. Let's see what's going on down here. Actually, that's a great place to start. Is probably right here. Oh, look at that. We got a cache of tools. 10 tools, which is perfect. We might just turn around. We're going to turn him right back around and make him a surveyor the second we can, because now we have 10 tools to do that. This is going to be a large patch of berries, which is probably a better place to forage from. But we're going to start here since we're here already. But that's great. There's a large patch of berries that'll get us some food. We've got +2 going, so... as long as we're about to gain another clan, so we'll need to feed another clan here next turn. But for the meantime, we have a bonus of two food, so we can start actually doing something. We can actually start building a surplus here. That's great. maybe we should go ahead and do another gather with this miserable man here, miserable group of people, and we'll move them down here to this large bushel of berries here. Like I said, food's super important. I learned that. I mean, I learned that the hard way, hardcore, because like I said, I lost my first game. Um, they all just died out. It was really bad, and it just felt like everything was falling apart. So I just quit, and it was all because I stretched myself out too thin. I had too many clans, not enough food production. I'd actually declared myself a kingdom, and it didn't go well, just because I couldn't move anywhere at that point. So it's something that I learned a lot from. I started a second game, and I've learned a lot from that as well. But that's not something that I've quit yet, because I'm doing pretty well. But I wanted to start a new game for this Let's Play. So these guys are petty. They're likely to engage in a mild feud if there's another clan on the same tile. So we're gonna need to get these guys away. Their resource production reduced by 1/4 because they're corrupt. That sucks. Let's bring him back. Study profession. Let's get crafting, perhaps. Crafting is really good for like wood. Agriculture is very good for farming and stuff like that. But crafting is good because we need some wood. So we're gonna do crafting, and then we're gonna do, I think it's like log jammer maybe. I forgot. There's a profession that allows you to double the amount of wood that's produced. Caravan has arrived. It doesn't matter because we have the 10 tools that I need. Super excited about that. Enter settlement. Let's go here and actually cross-train him to be a surveyor. Super important that we get that done very quickly. And then once we get him done, we're going to go ahead and make the next clan a bunch of lumberjacks. Wood collector. Lumberjacks. Whatever you want to call them. Alright, so Caravan, we don't really need anything right now. I'm going to upgrade it because I have the 20 gold. Actually, it's only 10 gold now. 10 gold to do so, and it's important to start getting some of this stuff coming through, because you'll need a lot of that, because I'm not able to produce all the stuff that I need at first. So the caravan is really important to keep that supply line flowing. I can switch disciplines, so somebody can be a +2 in crafting. We're gonna get, which one was there? A guy that was, I know he was miserable, but was there another one that I wanted to get out? Nope, she definitely doesn't want to do crafting. So we'll get Siegfried crafting, and once we finish training him, we'll get Siegfried into collecting wood. So study profession. Yeah, wood bundlers. So they actually double my timber production, which is great. They stay in the camp. Let's go ahead and get agriculture going, and then we'll do metalworking, because I don't know what's going to be identified here, but we definitely want to start collecting it so we can get that going. Great thing is there's lots of berry elements. Whoops, I didn't want to do that. I just want to bring her here instead of making her go around. But there are a lot of berries, so that's good. And there's also a beehive here, so there's some good food to be had, which is great. I can switch my clan to agriculture. So which ones do you like? You got morale, you're charismatic, and you're obsessive. Maybe you'd be good. I like the fact that you are charismatic and you increase morale. She doesn't want to do crafting. She's paranoid, which might actually make her very good for an exploration, but she also doesn't move very well. So I might just give her she'll get the 2 levels of agriculture. She will likely be one of my farmers. We can get farming going. But I don't know if you can farm these. Large patch of berries. Can you farm berries? Nope. You can't. You can't farm honey, can you? Apiaries. You can build an apiary. I think you can build apiaries with the farmers. We'll see. But yeah, we need to have some established structure here. So definitely the next turn, once the surveyor is done, which is super soon, next turn. Now that we have the surveyor, we're just gonna have him start identifying all these things quickly, and we're gonna go move to Siegfried here, have him become a wood collector, and we'll start chopping down some of this wood, get that stuff going. So we've got a dutiful, let's see, we've got Angsgar, he's level 4 in honor, which is great. So he could be one of our earliest either hunters, or we can make him a warrior or sorts, but we don't really need warriors right now. I don't see any bandits. I also don't see any animal deposits. That's not good. We're gonna have to do some exploration, which is great because he'll be able to do that once we get some of these things identified. We might even just make an explorer while he's identifying all of these things that are around me, and just start pushing out to see if there's any animal resources, because that would be good. Animal resources are great for hunting, and they're great for food collection, so let's get you down there. Yeah, and something I know I've mentioned, but turn times are way better now. They're just significantly better. They're to the point where, I mean, maybe 3 to 5 seconds tops, and I'm sure they'll only get better. But they're certainly manageable. They're no worse than any other 4X game I've ever played. So great on Jon for getting that taken care of. Let's see. We're not training any clans. Let's go ahead and train. He's happy. Why is he happy? Because he's dutiful, I think. Loyal. He's dutiful and loyal. This guy is awesome. This clan. I love this clan. We're going to make Alman here. I know I hate to take him away from everybody since he's doing so great for morale. I'm going to make him an explorer. We're going to get some stuff explored. We can retrain him if we want to. We can bring him back, clearly, if we want to. I don't know why you just randomly appeared. We can now train farmers. We need to see what these are. Can a farmer identify that? I don't remember. We're going to make her a farmer next. Can she identify? I don't believe so. Abilities. Cannot fight. I think, yeah. As a farmer, they can't identify, which is... we'll just have to wait to see what this is. I'll use him to identify this after we've identified this resource here. So let's go ahead and start. Oh, can't do that yet. Study profession. All right. I know there is a way. Harvesters, I think. Doubles production of gatherers and reapers. Yeah, well, let's make a harvester, because my next clan I'm going to make a harvester, which is going to double our production from these berries. And again, food. We need to get a lot of it. We need to just have a lot of it so we can start training other people and other things and not worry so much about food. I've learned my lesson. I'm not gonna let my people starve out like I did last time. A vast coal deposit. That's very good. Coal is very good for a lot of things. So we can actually mouse over this. It will allow us to make steel eventually when we get iron along with it. And deposits this massive are extremely rare. Yes, no, this is very good. Extremely good to have in our very opening. I mean, we won't get to that point for a while, certainly, but just very good to have a vast coal deposit so close. Alright, so we have our explorer here. Let's get him moving this way. And you, please start forging some wood. Alright. So the elders have been watching the sky closely and believe the weather during the upcoming winter will be bone dry. That's a good thing. It's a good thing for me, at least. Snow is a pain in the butt in this game, and it super affects your supply lines and your production, and especially your gathering. So it's good that it won't be too bad. Let's make her a reaper first. She'll come over here and identify this, and then if it's something that I want to farm, I'll retrain her as a farmer. Alright, so we've got an impatient and imaginative clan now. Impatient meaning their training is best. Imaginative means they start with 5 levels in discovery. Oh man. Wow, now that's fantastic. The Caravan's here too, so I'm going to go ahead and see if I can buy more tools. They've got 10 tools. I can buy all 10 of them. This UI still kind of sucks because you have to click on a very specific spot here. I wish that it was a little bit more, I don't know, responsive to me clicking. Maybe if I could just click in this whole area, it would be great. But for some reason, I have to click like right there. And that's the only way it'll come. So buy 10 for 50, which is great. Do I want to upgrade? Spending 20 treasure, and I can start getting stuff like weapons, tools. Can I get weapons now? Yes, there are 10 weapons. So weapons are important too. So the reason I say that is because with every building you make, you can fortify it with weapons, and it actually expands the control range. And control range is important because in order for you to build structures, it has to be within your control range. So these are things I'm learning. I'm picking up on this game, man. So yeah, the weapons are also important too because we want to build archers and stuff like that later. We gained 30 gold from exploring those ruins there. And we found an animal deposit, which is great. We're not training a clan. We're going to train a clan now. We're going to train a clan as a hunter. And we're going to bring that hunter over there to see what's going on. And this will be a good point to stop. We're going to start episode 2 very shortly. I wanted to, again, I really just want to go over this game now that I'm starting to really familiarize myself with it, and I feel bad because some of the comments that were coming out of that last series, they made sense to me because I really was just sort of like fumbling my way through this game. So I played for like a good 10 hours on the side. I've started to learn how these professions and how the game systems work as best I can, as best as someone who is you know, maybe not as intelligent as they come, like me, can. So I've really done my best to learn, and this way I can show you what's going on because I really think I'm surprised by how much I'm enjoying this game because I really was starting to get pretty down on it, and then I started giving it a good run for it, and really dove into its mechanics, and I've had a lot of time to speak to Jon Shafer about the game, and I'm really, really enjoying what I'm seeing so far. If you guys like player versus environment kind of games, like Thea, even like colonization, where it wasn't so much about interacting with the other teams as much as it was about building your colonization up, this is going to be up your alley. And with the promised diplomacy changes and enhancements later on, this could be just a fantastic game. So I know I've had a lot of negative things to say about Jon Shafer in the past, but really I'm liking what I'm seeing. So stay tuned. We're going to explore this together, and I'm going to show you a lot more about what I've learned over the past 12-15 hours. So thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for episode 2, which should be up shortly after this one. Keep exploring.